Join us for this virtually possible event as we transform Niagara to the New Orleans of the North. Get your mask, beads, baubles, and feathers on. Enjoy Cajun and Creole food, classic cocktails, and dance the night away. Celebrate with us on your porch, in your garden, in your living room, or in your driveway. And wait for the band to parade by. Niagara's Summer Mardi Gras, July 18, 2020. It's coming. Just watch and see.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Juliette Dunn and this is the Livestream Love Jazz Series, episode number 27. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming inside on such a beautiful day for those of you who are here in Ontario. Or maybe you've done what we've done, is we've just kind of carried the TV outside to watch the show from there. And wherever else you are in the world joining us, thank you. Here in Ontario today, in particular, where we live in Niagara, we've just moved into stage 2. So there's a lot of very happy people. We're allowed to have 10 people gather and we're allowed to go on patios. So most of the patios are pretty full. Anyway, it's a very happy day here in Niagara. So before I bring on the guest for this evening, I wanted to talk to you all about sponsoring or donating to the festival. I know there was a slide up just now. We're going to keep this going even beyond lockdown because we know that in the new world, events will be smaller gatherings and we like to share the music with lots of people. So even when we can have events with 25 or 30 people, we will be live streaming at the same time. We're going to keep it free, but as long as we can get donations and funding as we have, big thanks to TD, the City of St. Catharines, and the Town of Niagara-on-the-Lake for helping us with the live streaming right now. And sponsors. So you can sponsor a Mardi Gras session for $200, and these shows can be sponsored for $300. So we have all of that information that we're going to post at the end of the show. And if you do sponsor, here's what you can do is you can pop in the show. And I'm going to demonstrate with the lovely Peter Shea. So let's see how this goes. Oh, hello, Peter. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you? Hello, lovely wife.
Very well. Hello. And so this is hilarious because Peter and I, well, we are on the same property, but he's on the front porch and I'm in the studio.
Yes.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
And so I was just saying that people could sponsor, and if they wanted to, they'd be able to come on and say their message as a sponsor. What did you say? How much money did you say you had to sponsor? You had a joke about that earlier. About being,
oh yes, from my musician days, I was deemed a 100-aire, and so now I feel more like I'm a COVID-aire.
COVID-aire. Oh, I thought you would have said a Serb-aire earlier.
A Serb-aire. That's right. Even better. Sorry, that was right. It was my own joke.
The Serb. You can't even remember your own jokes. It was the Serb benefit. Anyway, so Peter, I know that you have a couple of Greg stories before I do my official intro about the artist coming up. Like, you guys have known each other. I've known Greg I met him before I met you, so about 15 years. And you said I've known him way longer than that. So how long have you known Greg Rodman? Oh, don't tell me Peter froze up. I think Peter froze up, and that sometimes happens. Yeah, oh, there you are. You know why? Because you're on wireless. That's why we like to plug in. But I have the cable.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay,
the
sorry.
The irony is we're on the same property too. I know. So.
But you're not plugged in, and I am.
But I'm not plugged
in. When did you meet Greg, and how long have you known him?
I met Greg in high school. Actually, I gotten into writing music, jazz music, and one of my first big pieces that I'd ever written. It was I needed a guitar player. It was a Pat Metheny style song, and I can tell you more about that when we bring. Are we going to talk to Greg with him about that, or am I?
Yeah, well, let me do my official intro, and then I'm going to put all three of us together. So let me just try that. That's a new one for me. So here we go. I'm going to remove you, and I'm bring on. Oh, and I'm going to talk about Greg before I bring him on. And I think I better remove Peter's name. There we go. Okay, so before I bring on Greg, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about him. He plays both acoustic and electric guitars with a very unique style, and he's incredible. I've rarely seen anybody play the guitar like this gentleman, so you're really going to have your heads blown off this evening. He studied at Boston's Berklee College on a scholarship and honed his craft playing in studios, show bands, and different jazz groups. And he's performed in more than 120 countries. So if anybody's getting cabin fever because he's not traveling, it must be Greg, because he travels a lot. And he has played for the likes of Regis Philbin, Carol Pope, Shirley Jones, Jim Nabors, Pat Boone, and the list goes on and on and on. One of his concert shows is called Guitar on the Edge, and I'm sure you're on the edge of your seat. So I'm going to bring on both Greg and Peter, and then we're going to let Greg take away the show. So here is Greg Rodman. Hey, Greg, how are you?
Hey, Juliet. Very good, thanks.
Excellent, excellent. I'm just going to remove that. There we go. So I'm going to bring on Peter so we can have a three-way, for lack of a better term. That's awful. Oh, see, and now I can't see Peter. So, oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Peter, he is frozen. So this is a great example why we like to wire in. So if we can't hear Peter, we're just going to say bye to Peter and hello to Greg. So much for the three-way. Okay, here we go. Bye. Anyway, Greg, sorry. We're really happy to have you here this evening. I'm not going to talk. That was a very long intro because we added in Peter in the mix. So I'm going to let you take away the show. Have a great show. We'll see you at the end of the show. Okay?
Great. Thanks,
Excellent.
Juliet.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Well, welcome here, everybody. It's great to be performing tonight as part of this jazz festival put on by Juliet. And I'm going to play mostly jazz tunes tonight, some of my favorites. I hope I connect with some of your favorites as well. If you'd like to leave a comment and maybe let me know where you're tuning in from, that would be cool. Or just let me know what's on your mind. I'm going to start off now with a couple tunes from a country I was just in at the beginning of March before the COVID craziness hit. I was very fortunate to get back just in time. This is from Brazil. right. Well, for those who are just joining, if you don't know me, I'm Greg Rodman, here to play some jazz hits tonight. Broadcasting live from Impression Recording Studio here in Niagara Falls, Canada. Right now I'd like to play quite an old standard. This is a tune that was written in 1935. It's been recorded by many, many different people, and it is called My Romance. All right, I'd like to play a couple of tunes now from Cuba. For those who've been and for those who have not, I'm sure we've all felt the influence of Cuba on the music we hear every day. Cuba's quite a small country, but its influence on music has been really tremendous. Many virtuosos have come from there, and many, many different styles of music are from Cuba, including the one I'm going to play tonight, one of the oldest of the Cuban styles, the rumba. Back in the day, the rumba was kind of a lively, up-tempo sort of a dance. Today, it's more typically played as a slow, sensual kind of a thing, a little bit like a bolero even. Right now, I'm going to do a couple of very well-known rumbas from Cuba. right. Well, if you're just tuning in now, feel free to, first of all, welcome. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know where you're watching from. I'd like to do the only song in 3/4 that I'm going to do in the program tonight, right now. I've found in the past, if I play too many tunes in 3/4 consecutively, I have this urge to get up and waltz, and it can be quite upsetting to some of the viewers. So for the safety of all tonight, I'm just doing one 3/4 song. And it's a very well-known jazz tune written by probably the world's best-known jazz harmonica player, probably the world's only known jazz harmonica player, for good reason. And it's Mr. Toots Thielemans, and the song is Bluesette. Right. Right now, I'd like to pay homage to one of my favorite guitar players. This is, I have three main guitar players that I've always really appreciated: John McLaughlin, Jimmy Page, and this guy, Joe Pass. And this tune is one that Joe Pass recorded back in the late 70s. It's another old jazz standard. Has a nice sentiment in the title, and it is "I'm Gonna Love You Like Nobody's Loved You, Come Rain or Come Shine." Well, for those just joining, welcome one and all. It's great to have you here, broadcasting from Impression Recording Studio here in Niagara Falls, Canada. Feel free to let me know where you're watching from, and if you have anything on your mind, feel free to leave a comment. One of the beautiful things about Facebook, as you may know, besides that it was created and run by a Taurus, is the fact that there's no dislike button. So for an artiste of my caliber, of course, that's a beautiful thing. And right now I would like to play another tune from this beautiful, vibrant country down in South America of Brazil. Brazil's most famous composer is a guy by the name of Antonio Carlos Jobim, or Tom Jobim, as he was known to his friends. Jobim was an extremely gifted individual. He wrote over 500 tunes during his life, many of which became huge hits all around the world. Songs like The Girl from Ipanema, Corcovado, Desafinado, many, many others. I'd like to pay a tribute now to this great writer who once said he learned his songs from the birds of the Brazilian forest. All right now I would like to play a few themes from the movies. I'm going to play 4 movie soundtrack themes, and maybe in the comments you can let me know if you know which films these are from. And at the end, we'll see if you got them right. All right. In case nobody mentioned those in the comments, the first one was theme from The Deer Hunter, a 70s film about the Vietnam War. The music was by Stanley Myers and recorded by John Williams on the classical guitar. Then we had Solace, written by Scott Joplin, arranged for the Sting by Marvin Hamlish. Then we had the theme from Cinema Paradiso, an Italian film from '89. And the last one, the more obscure perhaps of the four, was Lautika's theme from Slumdog Millionaire, Lautika being the main female person in that movie. All right. Once again, if you're just joining us, welcome here tonight. Thanks for coming. Broadcasting live from Impression Recording Studio in Niagara Falls. I am Greg Rodman, the man, the myth, the legend. And right now, I would like to go way back, play some vintage hits. There was a time when pop tunes had more than 2 chords in them. And with that in mind, I'd like to play some tunes now from the 20s to the 50s. All right. Well, right now, I would like to play a form of music that's very near and dear to my heart. And it's a form that's all about a feeling. And it's a feeling I'm sure everyone here tonight in cyberspace has felt at some point in our lives, feeling known as the blues. I'm a big fan of the blues. As you might imagine, most blues tunes deal with affairs of the heart, and often with relationships gone awry, people lying to each other, cheating, doing different things that can really leave quite an impression on the soul. So I would like to play a vintage blues song right now. This is called the St. Louis Blues. All right. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome here tonight. Great to have you here. Feel free to leave a comment if you have anything to say, and let me know where you're watching from. Right now, I would like to play a tune by Cole Porter that he wrote for one of the more famous cities in the world, a great city in Europe, in France, known as Paris. And this song is called I Love Paris. I'd play one more from Brazil. This is a tune that was written for a 1958 French film called Black Orpheus. I have just two songs left to play, this one and another fat hit. And this one is also by the great writer Antonio Carlos Jobim. It's called Felicidad. All right, well, it's come to that time. I have just one song left to play tonight. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for stopping by and having a listen. It's been really a treat to perform for you. I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to offer tonight, and tuning in from all over the world. It's kind of a unique experience for me, live streaming for the first time. I'd also like to thank my good friend for the past 30-some years, Mr. Mark Rogers, who's the owner and chief engineer at this fantastic studio, Impression Recording in Niagara Falls. And I would really like to thank Miss Juliette Dunn for putting the whole thing together. For those who don't know Juliette, she is a really fantastic force for jazz and music in general in the Southern Ontario region. She created this jazz festival a number of years ago, and it has become a really world-class venue and much sought-after place that people want to play. She brings in people from all over the world each year, and she's done really wonderful things for jazz in this area of the world. So thank you, Juliette, for having me, and I hope you all are managing to stay healthy and in good spirits, despite the kind of less than ideal circumstances we're in at the moment. Right now, I would like to leave you with a tune about a sparrow, and it's called Tico Tico. Thanks. See you again.
Greg, thank you so much for such a wonderful show. That was just amazing. I could barely keep up with the comments. and I really like that you asked people to mention where they were tuning in from. Brazil, so many different places all across the world, and of course here in Niagara, and it was just fabulous. So thank you.
Cool.
Have you done a few live streamings since you've been in lockdown?
No, I have done one, and that was tonight. That was it.
Hey, fantastic.
So it's, yeah, it's a real treat. It's fun.
Yeah, it really is. Look, a few more these comments I can tell you about because they're coming in while you're on headphones, and I'm just going to post them too. So from Marta Pinto, thank you, Greg Rodman. That was fabulous. Jessica Houston tuning in from Florida, and Bonnie, who's part of our TDNJF team. Thanks so much, Greg. You made this hour fly by with your playing. Really, really love this. And Sergio Contreras Acosta. Whoops. Wait, there we go. I see I can't keep up with the comments. Amazing, Greg. Clap, clap, clap. And Jessica says, miss hearing you from Florida. And Phil Jarvis, you rock. And Phil, earlier I saw where Phil was tuning in from, but I can't remember. But
UK,
anyway, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great.
yeah, from the UK. So you've got fans all over the world, lots of fans here and with the festival. So thanks again. I'm just going to sign off, and I'll come and say bye-bye to you in about 2 minutes.
Great, thank you.
Thanks again, Greg. That was Greg Rodman, everyone, playing live from Niagara Falls. And I'm just going to take that down. Oh, look, there's another nice comment coming in. Thanks from Spain Hill. Lovely set. Anyways, wow. So if you're still tuning in, I'd like to play a few promo videos, if I may. Let me just pull them up, because tomorrow night we have Chris Jestrin coming up, and then we have Comfort Kitchen. That's on Tuesday for our Niagara's Summer Mardi Gras Sessions, part 5, I believe, or is it part 6? I have to double check. So they're going to do Cajun food. That's Danielle Murray and Mary Comfort from Comfort Kitchen, and bringing in a special guest bartender to teach you cocktails. I think he's going to do a mint julep. His name is Christopher Smith, and he's going to stream in from Toronto. The ladies are here in St. Catharines. So the idea is, if this is your first time tuning in, we're in lockdown. We don't know on July 18th, which is 1 month away, where we're going to be in terms of how many people we can have gather. So we're going to do an event anyway, because it's virtually possible. So we have all of these Niagara Summer Mardi Gras sessions where you learn how to dance, how to make a mask, how to cook Cajun food, how to make traditional New Orleans cocktails, all about the culture of New Orleans. It is really interesting stuff, and it's all on our Facebook channel. And then on the day, you can just celebrate at home with your neighbors. We'll have a band going through certain neighborhoods on a float. And that's how we're going to do it this year. And talking to Pamela Pierre Brown from New Orleans the other day on her sessions, she says that's how they celebrate Mardi Gras in New Orleans with the locals. They celebrate in their neighborhood, and it's all about community. So there you go. I have a clip here that I'm going to play, a little promo of Danielle. 2 promos of Danielle and Mary. Here we go. There you have it, and here's a word from the ladies.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Comfort Kitchen Cafe. I'm Danielle Murray.
And I'm Mary Comfort.
And we're just trying to tell you a little bit about what we do. We don't always do everything Cajun, but it's one of the great loves of our life, because we're going to show you how to do a Cajun shrimp, which is phenomenal. And then our award-winning bread pudding. It won as one of Niagara's best desserts a few years ago, and it continues to be. So it's a little addictive. We've got to warn you about that. So today, what are we going to show them that we've started?
Italian wedding soup.
That's right, and it's made with turkey meatballs, lovingly by hand, hour after hour. Just wanted to let you know, this is how we cook from the heart. We'll see you on Tuesday, the 23rd.
So we hope you can join us both tomorrow for Chris Jestrin and on Tuesday for Comfort Kitchen. I almost managed to load up my other video, but not quite, but that's okay. Keep an eye on our Facebook channel tomorrow, and you'll see Chris Jestrin's promo video, and then you can see him tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And here's a new way of ending the show. So thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night.